Welcome to 4x4. We are the result of 4 billion years of evolution. In this show, I'll be giving you four little nuggets of information from the past and the present to help you decide if we are the pinnacle of evolution or are we just some alien's ant farm. Okay, X-Files. Maybe you heard of the show? It's on Netflix if you haven't seen it. Anyways, there's one episode called Home, Season 4, Episode 2, that Fox aired only once, freaked people out so bad, Fox promised not to air it again. Why did it freak people out? Inbreds. Inbreds freak everybody out. Well, anyways, what's more interesting about the story is that the episode was based on something that happened to Charlie Chaplin. They found it in his diary. It's about a bunch of brothers who pretty much abduct their mother and then just keep having sex with their mother and keep having children and just inbreeding on and on. Huh. Inbreds. I think the royal family would have taught them something. Okay, trivia time. What does Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, Silence of the Lambs, and American Horror Story all have in common? Give up? Well, they all have characters based off of a serial killer named Ed Gaines, who, after being devastated at his mother's death, would go out and kill people and skin the women. And then he turned the skin into a bodysuit, and which he wore. When they finally caught him, they asked him why he was why would he wear a suit like that, and he said because he wanted to know what it was like to feel like a woman. I know someone that's going through that same dilemma right now, buddy.
Is there anything you miss about living life as a man?
You know what? No.
February 24th, 1942. America's been at war with Japan for about 3 months. We're pretty pissed about Pearl Harbor, so we're a little bit on edge. We're like, And one of the bases down in Los Angeles, a ship, which we're pretty sure is the Japanese, has made its way over our airspace. So we start unloading on it, and we end up shooting like 1,400 rounds of anti-aircraft ammunition. The only problem is the ship doesn't go down. The ship just eventually just leaves. So a photographer, while this is going on, snaps a picture of it. How we have this picture today, boom. And it is known today as the Battle of Los Angeles. Only thing is, the only people who really died were 3 Americans on the ground. We really don't know what happened to the ship. But don't worry, our government figured it out. It wasn't a ship, it was a weather balloon. And we had to use 1,400 rounds to take it down. Military intelligence.
These last few years have been pretty rough, but all across our great land, Americans have answered their nation's call. Farmers and factory workers, coal miners and cattle ranchers, you've sworn to defend our great land and the freedom we cherish. You know how to fight. Basic training took care of that, and you have been given the finest arms and equipment. There's just one thing missing, what we call military intelligence. For it is intelligence that distinguishes dangerous enemies from merely annoying foreigners. Now a new training film dramatizes the importance of knowing what we're attacking before we attack it. From the makers of Your Friend the M16 and Syphilis, The Enemy Below, comes Military Intelligence and You.
Okay, in 1996, January 20th, if you were in Varginha, Brazil, you would have seen a bright red light fireball flying through the sky and hit the ground. And you'd be like, yeah, pretty excited. And then actually, during the middle of the night, you would have noticed that you have little weird creatures crawling around your city. About 5 of them. According to reports, like 100 to 200 people saw these things. Now, one police officer kept getting the call, so he ran and he tracked one down, and he found one. It was half dead. He tried to grab it, but it pushed him away, and he grabbed a blanket, and they wrapped it up. Took it to the hospital. Military showed up, and they collected all these guys. They shot 1 or 2 of them, and they got them all out of there. And interesting enough, the cop that tracked it down died a couple days later due to a strange infection. He had actually multiple infections. The doctors just couldn't understand it. So a panic started to set in with the people, but don't worry, the military was here to explain everything.
Porque na realidade, aparições de extraterrestres ou de OVNIs, isso não houve porque não houve uma comprovação. O que ocorreu mesmo foi o seguinte: no dia 20 de janeiro, estava chovendo muito forte em Varginha, ocorreu um temporal. Esses caminhões Mercedes-Benz, que eles estavam ainda na garantia. Então nós deslocamos 2 caminhões até Varginha para que fizesse a manutenção prevista. Tudo disso aí, no desenrolar de toda a história, houve uma série de coincidências de fato. Havia no hospital de Varginha um casal de anões, onde a senhora estava grávida para ganhar um neném. Ter colocado no caminhão e levado para o hospital de Varginha, onde o pessoal disse ter encontrado um casal de ETs, que na realidade eram
Expectant dwarves. Well, that makes perfect sense. I mean, really, I've seen dwarves and they can... No, nothing like that at all. You know what, military, if you're going to come up with something, at least try. I mean, weather balloons, expected dwarves, I mean, come on. Try a little bit harder.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here. Okay, you know you're on an airplane and the flight attendant asks you to turn your cell phone off? And you're like, I ain't turning my cell phone off. That don't have nothing to do with no damn airplane. Well, this is what we get. That's what happens. It gets up there, bounces around on the satellites, and blam! Just turn your damn cell phone off. Now you're gonna drive off a cliff tonight because your GPS don't work.
That does it for this episode of 4x4. If you'd like to get a free copy of my book, go to www.sleptium.com. I'll put a link in the description below. And remember, you are the result of 4 billion years of evolution. So get out there and abduct an alien. Probing's optional.